Confidence is key. It took me a while to reach the confidence level I needed to wear a hijab, even if those around me were not. I knew the hijab would serve as a purpose of elevating my modesty, while also publicly symbolizing me as a Muslim woman. When I was a senior in high school, I decided to wear a hijab, and I struggled with a lot of questions. What would my friends think? Would I still be able to do the things I love? How would this assist me in my spiritual journey? If you're struggling to share your own personal, cultural, or religious symbol with your community, then I'm happy to report from the other side. I've been through it all these past 7 years. As I mentioned before, confidence is key. I have 6 steps for embracing hijab, and if you're wondering about wearing your own symbol, whether it's a hijab, a kippah, or jewelry with a religious symbol on it, then I hope these help you too. Number 1, set a realistic expectation and intention. I always told myself I'd wear a hijab someday, but never really identified when that would be until senior year of high school. When I decided to wear a hijab, I was wondering, when will I do this? In March 2011, I came back home one day, and the first person I saw was my dad. I turned to him and I said, I'm going to start wearing hijab before freshman year of college. That was it. I just declared my intention loud and clear, and now had to start figuring out how. I was nervous, scared even, but excited. Give yourself a realistic time frame, and it'll help you stay focused and work towards your goal. Number 2, prepare, both mentally and physically. Wearing a hijab is more of a mental thing than physical, so I started to put hijab on randomly in my room and look at myself in the mirror in this new attire of mine. I always wore hijab to the mosque, but I had no idea how to properly wrap it. And by physically prepare, I mean physically prepare my wardrobe. I already dressed pretty modestly as a teenager, but whenever I went out shopping, I started thinking more like a hijabi. I would look for something that was a little longer, a little looser, and if it was transparent, I would layer it with something. Number 3, one step at a time. Start slow. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and determine that this is the day you wear your symbol for the rest of your life. I definitely had to start slow. For example, if I wore the hijab to the mosque and I had to run errands afterwards, I would leave it on. The best thing I did for myself was practice wearing hijab where no one knew me. Wearing hijab in places no one knew me felt so freeing because I wasn't concerned what others were thinking of me. I didn't even know them. I kept practicing my hijab outside of school that by the time I had graduated high school, I was already wearing a hijab everywhere else. Number 4, find bloggers and other influencers to help you find your style. When I first started wearing hijab, there were barely any modest fashion bloggers out there, but the few I found, I got very excited. I'd watch YouTube videos for hours on different hijab styles and create outfits inspired by them. I was amazed by their ability to style their hijab while keeping their outfit modest, yet stylish. The one mistake I do regret making, however, is trying to copy their style to a point where I just couldn't relate to it at all. Watching a YouTube video labeled "A Simple Hijab Tutorial" and ending with over 11 pins in my hijab was anything but simple to me. I came to the realization that while these styles looked amazing on these girls, they just weren't practical for me at all. So I experimented and made some tweaks and created the style that you see here today. Number 5, make an effort for yourself. One of the greatest misconceptions is assuming that your symbol will stop you from living your life. This could not be further from the truth. Wearing a hijab doesn't mean you have to stop doing things that make you feel confident, such as styling your hair or working out. For example, if you ever come unannounced to my house, chances are I'm prancing around the house in my new blowout. As for working out, I discovered different textures of hijabs and outfits that work for me in the gym without compromising my modesty or my workout. There's always a creative solution that allows you to display your symbol of faith while also living the life you want. Once you realize this, the possibilities are endless. As a student, I once presumed I'd be denied opportunities in the workplace as a Muslim woman wearing hijab. Given that I'm currently a systems analyst at a prestigious university, while being a peak performance speaker and a human trafficking prevention educator, I can proudly say I've shattered my own glass ceiling. What I mean is, you too can walk into a job interview feeling proud of your personal choices. And lastly, number 6, you don't have to be perfect. there is no such thing. I always thought that it's better to wear your symbol of faith for a small amount of time than none at all. In certain communities, Muslim women face backlash whether they wear hijab or not. If they don't wear hijab, they're questioned about even being Muslim. If they do wear hijab, they're not wearing it properly. If they are wearing it properly, they're asked questions like, why do you wear makeup? Or why do you thread your eyebrows? And so on. The list is endless. You'll never be able to please everyone, so focus on yourself. As my mentor Jack Canfield had once said, what others think of you is none of your business. The quicker you learn this, the happier you'll be. Who I was 7 years ago is very different than who I am today. You'll always be a work in progress. It may feel like you against the world at times. Wearing your symbol of faith can feel scary, but it's imperative to remind yourself why you started in the first place. For me, knowing that this scarf symbolizes my relationship with God and the rewards that lie within it strengthen my belief. I know that once I start wearing this, that I have a different connection with God. I hope that you too can embrace and feel proud of your own symbol. I can assure you that the journey is worth it. Thank you.